inflammatory relating to the conflict in Gaza.
What began as a simple takeaway order, a cup of hibiscus tea for the man in the white shirt and hat, ended in confrontation.
Is there any evidence the parties involved are Zionists? Does evidence not point to the man who was manning the gun that fired? Passive voice intended, by the way, is an asmonis? What? I can't understand what kind of joke you're trying to make there. Yes, the American Jewish guy that thought that he saw Palestinians and thought that he killed them was pro-Israel. Yes. It's not simply because he's Jewish that I'm making this assertion. I'm making this assertion because he shot two Arab-looking people thinking that they were Palestinians, and he also shot them and thought that he killed them.
Outside.
And I'll do exactly what you did to me, filming.
Danielle Gusmaroli is a reporter from the Daily Telegraph. With her is a camera crew and a Jewish man who ordered the tea. Workers at Cairo Takeaway in Newtown say a staff member served him just like they would any other customer, but he tried to provoke them. Employees were too afraid to speak on camera, but told 10 News First the customer said,
"Am I upsetting you being here?" And she said, "No, I'm just asking you what you are." He says, "Because I'm Jewish."
Staff claim when the waitress walked away outside, she became aware the customer was with a camera crew and she began filming.
Who comes into a restaurant and asks me a question about this gentleman who I don't even know?
In what's alleged to be an organised stunt that didn't go to plan.
We are a small corner restaurant in Newtown that is proud to stand in solidarity with this community, which is why I believe we were targeted and harassed by a male on Tuesday.
If this incident was a setup gone wrong, it paints an ugly picture. The owner here has made accusations that these journalists...
Does it? What do you mean? That's... How many of these fucking stories have happened? Like, what do you mean? It's literally... It's always the same principle, too. Person walks into, like, a cafe or whatever, starts freaking the fuck out after seeing, like, anyone that is wearing a keffiyeh or anyone that, like, even resembles a person of Arab descent. And then, luckily for everybody involved, there are a million different fucking... There are a million different smartphones with cameras everywhere. So they usually film the entire fucking process. Obviously, the parties that want to claim anti-Semitism will always be like, oh, they attacked me because I'm Jewish. They attacked me because I'm Jewish. No, they didn't attack you. You attacked them. The fuck do you mean? It happened in, like, what was it? Like Panera.
Let's tried to manufacture a story and stoke division.
They is literally anyone and everyone. Could be a Mexican dude that happens to look kind of Arab. Okay, could be a dude wearing a shirt that says "Say yes to peace." They could be a child's artwork in the form of a quilt in the fucking UN headquarters that says "Give peace a chance." Okay, could be a pregnant lady at a Panera. It seems insane when I say this. These are all real instances of this exact same thing happening. They could be a bunch of people literally in a drum circle singing Kumbaya as a lady stands in front of them claiming that they're not scared because they're wearing a t-shirt that they drew the Star of David on. And the people want nothing to do with this lady.
At a time when tension in the community is already high. It's still not clear if this is indeed the case.
We will not be bullied. It's now a police matter, and hopefully they treat this matter quite seriously.
Police have formally requested a copy of the footage, while 10 News First has made repeated efforts to clarify these allegations with News Corp today, but our calls and emails were not returned. We also tried to contact the customer. Taylor Ryan for 10 News First.
Anyway, here's the...
And Cairo takes on a right.
Wait, there's more covered.
Afternoon and Cairo Takeaway Cafe is buzzing when a man wearing a Star of David cap walks in and orders a hibiscus tea. He moves to the back of the cafe, wearing glasses with a camera. He turns them on and he leaves, following the female staff member who served him. They're at the door when the man in the cap speaks up. The alleged conversation relayed to the cafe's chef.
Am I upsetting you being here? And she said, no, I'm just asking you, what do you want? He says, because I'm Jewish.
Seconds later, a senior journalist from the Daily Telegraph enters with her photographer and allegedly asks the same female server, have you got a problem with the man with the white cap? She says,
wow, $150 million in Knesset grants for better Hasbara in the year 2025. This is the best we got. That's crazy. That is crazy. Here's an expose on the Cairo takeaway stunt, building anti-Semitism one caper at a time. They were offended by a mural by a famous artist there. He has rocked up at pro-Pal protest to cause trouble within 2 days. 2 Muslims were attacked in Sydney. One of them was pregnant. Literally nothing in the media. At the same time, well-known Lebanese artist meant to represent Australia at Venice Biennale was dropped, breaking all normal processes. It's so strange, dude. It's like it's basically like, oh, you just start shit, you try to cry bully your way out of it, even if it's just like a genuinely failed attempt, but the administrators still follow through on the process and just like excommunicate pro-Palestinian or even fucking any kind of like Arab association that they might have had. It's insane. And I guess it's like very similar to the way that conservatives operated for years to create perceived victimhood. This is all this is. People who are pro-Israel are just fucking conservative. That's it. And they cry bully in the same exact fucking way. It's the same shit. Like, you go to a protest, okay? You get as annoying as you possibly can be. You pull up a fucking phone camera and you film it and you go, see, they're attacking me. The only difference, on the other hand, is that when white conservative men do this, everybody goes, okay, dude, shut the fuck up. Like, stop crying. Okay? The fuck are you talking about? But because anti-Semitism is a real issue, okay, and Jewish people are still in the Western world a marginalized identity, there's a lot more motion in progressive circles that towards this sort of thing, and people actually do treat it seriously and not regard it in the same fucking way that they would if it was like a white Christian guy being like, Christianity is under attack. You see, they're being gay in my vicinity. It's the same reactionary principle, however. Okay? That's the only difference. And the negative consequences of this, that for some weird reason, Jewish Zionists do not fucking recognize, is that you're just undermining a very real problem with anti-Semitism by diluting the pool with ridiculous bullshit like this. And I don't know why ultra-Zionist, Zionist Jewish people in the Western world think that their allegiance with Gentile fascists will hold. I don't know why they think this, okay? I genuinely don't know why. I genuinely do not understand why they are so confident that, like, the Gentiles will not inevitably go back to the old ways, okay? It is shocking. Last Tuesday morning, Israeli-Australian Birnbaum donned his white Star of David cap, white t-shirt, and a prominent Star of David necklace on his chest, and headed to Cairo takeaway with Daily Telegraph journalist Danielle Guzmarali and a camera person in tow, ostensibly seeking evidence that there is a crisis of anti-Semitism in Sydney, including in the inner West. An internal Telegraph plan revealed by Crikey last week indicated that he would be wearing video glasses. But Birnbaum has since denied using them, although it appears he has used the glasses to covertly record police officers in the past. Guzmarali and other News Corp reporters acquainted with Birnbaum because they have previously used him as a source. The plan referred to him as an undercover Jewish man. News Corp chose Cairo Takeaway for its covert journalism because his owner, Hashem El-Masri, is well known for his support for Palestine. If there was any doubt, a large mural in Palestinian colors by well-known artist Scotty Marsh is featured on the laneway wall behind the restaurant. Undercover, by the way. On Sunday, Cairo Takeaway organized the Gadigal de Gaza fundraiser for Palestine at the Factory Theatre in Prime Minister Anthony Albanese's seat of Grandler. I don't know how to say that. Anyway, Birnbaum has served hibiscus tea. He ordered the Cairo takeaway. He started interrogating the staff about their attitude to his Jewishness. By then, the restaurant staff had twigged to the media presence, and the sting, rather than being a successful hit, turned into an embarrassment. The Telegraph duo found themselves publicly accused of divisive journalism as they retreated up the street. That evening, a detailed account of the Bosch undercover hit was published on social media. The Sydney Morning Herald and other outlets took up the story. Owner Hesham Al-Masri alleged that Birnbaum made a series of provocative comments to staff in an attempt to spark an argument. Our staff members were subjected to a deliberate orchestrated incident at our establishment, he told SMH. The Cairo takeaway Instagram account attracted thousands of comments, including some from people who claimed that Birnbaum had previously tried to provoke them at pro-Palestinian protests. Birnbaum has hired prominent defamation lawyer Rebecca Giles, who threatened to sue Al-Masri if the statements on his Cairo takeaway Instagram account were not removed by late Friday. The statements remain unchanged. Birnbaum has described those statements as wholly incorrect and scandalously false. What is this? One of the weirdest stories regarding anti-Semitism in Australia. Story barely makes sense. Dual caravan as it happened. Brisbane Times. Dual caravan as it happened. Police under pressure to make arrest. Jewish community believes puppet masters still at large. Pressure is mounting on NSW police to make arrests over apparent plot to target a Sydney synagogue with stolen mining explosives, and the number of anti-Semitic city attacks across the city grows. But authorities are defending the decision to keep the potential threat to the community secret for 10 days, despite criticism from Jewish groups and leaders. Here's everything you need to know as we wrap up our coverage for the night. A Dural local discovered and moved an abandoned caravan left on Darrywong Road on January 19th. When the local looked inside and discovered explosives, they called the police. Inside the caravan, police found a note with an address of a Sydney synagogue. The amount of power gel explosives discovered could create a 40-meter blast wave, police said. The explosives were believed to have been stolen from a mining site. To the investigation, police have arrested several people over recent anti-Semitic attacks across Sydney under Strike Force Pearl, but none over the explosives. Police believe the apparent plot is linked to be orchestrated attacks directed by people above the alleged perpetrators arrested so far. Jewish groups believe the puppet masters behind the violence are yet to be apprehended. Both police and the state government have defended their decision to stay quiet on the investigation despite criticism from the Jewish community. Police Commissioner Karen Webb said the caravan investigation has been compromised when details were leaked to the media, triggering a succession of scrambled police and government press conferences. 2 people arrested on the periphery of this investigation, Tammy Ferrugia and her partner Scott Marshall, had already been arrested under Strike Force Pearl. A third person allegedly named on a police warrant alongside the couple. None of these 3 people have been charged over the explosives. The owner of the caravan is in police custody but has not been charged in relation to this incident. He was previously arrested for other alleged offending, police said. Prime Minister Albanese paralleled the perpetrators of anti-Semitic attacks cowards who would be hunted down and locked up as he defended his government's handling of the matter. They reported in an article that police found a cache of like 40-year-old bombs to try and spread more anti-Arab hate. I mean, this doesn't make any fucking sense whatsoever, especially considering a guy stole the caravan. The 2 people arrested have nothing to do with the van. They're just weird druggos who apparently have done anti-Semitic graffiti. Albanese has faced calls from the coalition to reveal when he was briefed on the caravan investigation and why details of the suspected terror plot were not made public. Keep reading the other story, it gets worse. Last week, Birnbaum closed his LinkedIn account and switched off his Off-Air From Instagram account, which he has more than 4,000 followers. He grew up in Israel, served in the IDF. According to his recently deleted Instagram account, he graduated from Rupin Academic Center in Israel. By 2021, he was in Australia working as an AI consultant. AI. He joined a multinational human resources development sources company, Dayforce, as a solutions architect. As soon as Israel's war in Gaza began following Hamas' October 7 accounts, Birnbaum became intensely involved in campaigning in support of Israel and Australia. He has been designated as a friend by right-wing Australian Jewish Association and is campaigning with Advance Australia to starve the Greens and Teals of preferences by putting them last in all elections. Birnbaum has also been an active committee member in Together with Israel when it was founded in October 2023 and represented them as a motivational speaker with the message, one nation, one heart, one land. Birnbaum was one of the organizers of a rally by Together with Israel in December 2024. Speakers of the rally included Rabbi Benjamin Elton, Great Synagogue Sydney Senator Dave Sharma, Wallara Maya, Sarah Swan, and Alpha Birnbaum himself. Campaigning for better councils, rallies galore. Meanwhile, Birnbaum was attending. Okay, was attending lots of rallies in Sydney, Melbourne, photographing Greens and other activists. He was at the Supreme Court when the Palestine Action Group was appealing against the police refusal permit to a march. He was at Sydney University during the camp and protest. He even did his own graffiti there, which was captured on video.
יש יציאה של בן אדם, נראה בביר לכיוון המרגמה. נתנו לביצוע 2, 3, 6.
Oh my God, it's always Psytrance. It's always Psytrance, dude. What the fuck? What the fuck? You weren't expecting that?
Hardpoint active. Taking the shot.
Oh, sick, dude. He really did a number on this graffiti tunnel.
Hostiles have the hard point.
Wait, why is he covering Colombia? What happened? Oh, because Israel's got smoked with Colombia too. That's true. On December 5th, as a protest was held across the road from the Great Synagogue in Elizabeth Street, Sydney, against the celebration for Israel Institute of Technology Technion. As Birnbaum approached the synagogue for the event, he pulled out an Israeli flag. He vigorously objected when the police assigned to the protest accused him of deliberately trying to provoke a confrontation. Oh, the flags, man. The fucking flag. Oh my God. In America, they got the American flag with the Israeli flag side by side too. It's so funny. Anyway, the Jewish inventor of the pager. Someone made sure you'll do your BDS properly. Kaya, back up. Kaya, get away. Kaya, no. Oh my God, you're so annoying. Kaya, get up. Up. Place. Hey. Place. Hey. You don't understand. She's standing right underneath my chair. I accidentally almost fucking broke her tail. And she's so goddamn heavy. I can't even move her with ease. No gods, no masters. I know. What's wrong with the video? What do you mean? Have you reweighed her recently? I have not. The motherfuckers saying PETA are the type of motherfuckers whose dogs can't be around others. Yeah. Anyway, those were the two separate stories about the madness that has ensued. Is she a mix? I can't remember. Yes. Okay. Why do you think Israeli/Jewish Americans get so upset when people condemn Israel for their actions versus American attitude when Canadians boo the national anthem or shit talk America for imperial ideology? I mean, Americans get upset too when you do that. The only difference is there is no real bigotry that you can attach to in terms of like when I say fuck America, America's done awful shit around the world. Yeah, that is very frustrating for a lot of people who love America. The only difference there, however, is that the people that love America can't turn around and be like, well, you're being a real anti-American bigot. Or even if they were to say that, you laugh at those people. But the problem here is when you do that about Israel, people who love Israel turn around and go, oh, you hate Jews. Hating Jews is a real form, so it's understandably taken more seriously than when someone says, oh, you hate America, you're anti-American.
Hardpoint is active. Hardpoint is secure. Hostiles have the hardpoint.
The pussification of video games. Andy Pants Gaming 5 months ago, 1.3 million views. I love videos like this because it's like, bro, you're talking about video games, man.
I'm going to talk about the great pussification of video games that has happened the past 20 years.
This is gay. Soy and health. There was a point in time where I think we could have just like made fun of dudes that say stuff like this post Gamergate and be like, dude, you are the most unfuckable loser. Oh my God, please find God. Drop this YouTube video essay. Go to a monastery. Okay, find Christ. What are you doing? And now I feel like because there are far too many people that also are unashamed of having opinions like this and being out and about. It's just like it's breach containment. There's no way that we can actually contain it any longer. Like this ain't 2016 any longer, you know? Despite LGBTQ and 6 being only 3% of the population, they're taking over video games. Why, you ask? Because publishers seem to hate money and want to lose all of it. Join my edgy Discord. Wait, this is a meme, right? This gotta be a meme. Okay, never mind. Maybe this isn't serious. The anti-pants gaming? Is this guy just like making jokes? Why are video games so gay now? Gross. Kingdom Come Deliverers goes fully gay, and well, I can't tell if this guy is being serious or not. Oh my god. Gay weirdo still mad about Marvel Rivals huge success. He's gay now. Kingdom Come Delivers 2 main character gay. Last of Us 2 creators new games getting cooked. We were robbed. Why modern characters suck. Gay, black, and disabled. Indiana Jones for Xbox situation isn't looking good. R word in the title. He's serious. Where's the R word? I didn't even catch it. Oh, right here. Gay and R word. Okay. Xbox Avowed reviews are in and the game is a flop. Let's watch this now. Okay, now that we know this guy is serious and it's important, okay? I'm doing journalism to try to figure out if this dude literally has a mental deficiency that is causing him to be like deeply insecure about his own personal sexuality and therefore incredibly resentful about any kind of gayness existing, which includes dancing, apparently, by the way. Dancing is gay now. This motherfucker's living in Footloose.
Is it a soy-based diet doing this? Is it the rise of OnlyFans simping doing this? If you have recently had the thought, I wonder what new pumpkin-flavored items Trader Joe's has.
Gay! What? Whoa, what is this?
Be careful, my brother in Christ. You might be gay now. But if there's one thing that is straight as hell, it's the rock-solid video games of the 2000s. Your Gears of War, your Medals of Honor, your Chronicles of Riddicks.
Okay, these games are also awesome. Yes, but I'm a little confused. I mean, Chronicles of Riddick is a banger. Like, let's just be real. I never really played Gears. I played Medal of Honor. The Chronicles of Riddick is fantastic. Like, he just pulled out a choice one. Oh God, I'm old. That's what it is. This guy is old. And games don't hit no more because I'm a 40-year-old loser. And obviously, when I was 14 and playing these games, life seemed a lot nicer.
These games were masculine as hell, and we want them back. And we're boycotting video games until they come back. I recently saw this disappointing photo of Phil Spencer being pushed out of the photo by 2 domineering girl bosses who are probably unfulfilled because they're trying to succeed in the...
I'm not gonna lie, this probably goes super hard though if you're dumb as... You know what I mean? Like, can you imagine after a long day of working your IT job that you absolutely despise, you come home, you turn on your goon cave, you got Asmongold on one screen, he's doing the damn thing, he's doing it, the mad lad speaking truth to power, okay? DEI equals die. You got this video on the other screen, this guy's talking about women and executive leadership in video games. This sucks. You fire off the dino nuggies. Your mom used to make them. Now you have to make them yourself. You get in your jammies. You sit down at your goon cave commander station and you just kick back with the boys in the Discord server, okay? You guys are really laying it into people. You're laying it into those god gays and the whammons. That's it. That's a good night. Let's continue.
World. Instead of having children at home like God designed them to. Don't you love Phil's cute little Doom shirt? Like, hey guys, I'm still one of the bros, right?
Dude, this is another thing that's really funny. Yeah, women should be at home as God designed them is such a funny thing. Dude, God would smite you, okay? You heathen. You goddamn heretic. Do you think God's design for you is to sit around with a thumb in your ass as you're trying to get the that you couldn't push out after eating 7 bags of Doritos as you write this goddamn YouTube video? You think that's your destiny? You think that's what God had for you? No. Under normal circumstances, you should be on the front lines getting hit with a goddamn mallet to the head, and you're out by 24. That's it. Lights out. None of this. Oh, women should be in the kitchen. Okay, how about you? Should men just be constantly crying about video games online? Is that what men are supposed to do? Wah, wah, wah.
So I have found that there are still people out there who deny the simple fact that games have gone woke, homo, and gay in 2024.
Games have gone woke?
To literally prove it to you.
Oh, this guy's brilliant. Games have gone woke, homo, and gay in 2024. I love this guy.
Using science. What we will do is read the back of the box description of 6 random games from 2024, and then we will read the back of the box descriptions of 6 random games from the 2000s. And if what
I'm sure they will be very random. Famously, the best games that came out in 2024 are these random games that he chose, as opposed to the entire decade of the 2000s, where he basically chose some of the best fucking games. Look at this totally random list.
So to find 6 modern games, I didn't have to look very far. I literally just went to the front page of Xbox Game Pass and found these games. This is clearly what Phil and his team of homos actually expects us men to play. Here they are. Creatures of...
Expect us men to play. Men. Dude, if you are so goddamn insecure about your manhood that you can't play a single game with like women in it or, like a cute game, then you're not a man at all. That's number 1. Number 2, what kind of game you play does not make you more of a man, you delusional, insecure loser. Holy dude, I cannot comprehend the fragility. I just don't understand how these guys are not more embarrassed. I really, really, really think the hug box actually broke so many people's brains. Like guys like this that have attitudes like this, never go outside in the real world, never have anybody check them to be like, dude, what the are you talking about? The masculine gaming? Like what do you mean? Go play your video games, dumb. There's no shame anymore. No third spaces, no walkable cities, no interaction with your fellow man that could just turn around and be like, what the do you mean a masculine game? It's a video game, dude. Like, what do you mean video games are no longer as masculine? It's like men used to go to war, man. What are you talking about? Go work at a construction site, please.
Of Ava, Dungeons of Hinterberg, Flintlock Siege of Dawn, Flock, Magical Delicacy, and Chia. Now you might say, oh, Andrew, you're specifically picking out games aimed at children. No, dude, I'm literally just going to the front page of Game Pass, and these are 6 games featured on the front page of Game Pass. Also, side note, isn't it weird that these pedo developers are always making games aimed at kids?
These pedo developers, but also don't take away my lolly.
All right, so what games from the 2000s should we compare these with? These are 6 kind of random games that I just happened to pull off the shelf without thinking too much about it. They are Brothers in Arms Road to Hill 30, Ride to Hell Retribution, Modern Warfare 2, Dark Sector, Deus Ex Human Revolution, Chronicles of Riddick, Assault on Dark Athena. And again, all I'm going to do here is read the description.
Dog, this is marketing. This is marketing. I don't understand why these guys are so brain broken by capitalism that they mistake marketing for like what you're actually supposed to get out of the game. Chronicles of Riddick is an incredible game, not because of the box art or how they marketed it. It's an awesome game because I just really like future dystopian prison structures in general. I think that's like a very cool concept. That's why Andor is awesome. Anyway, but that's like Road to Hell Retribution. That game was unplayable crap. I don't know about that game. I've never even seen that one. And Deus Ex, for example, also, once again, capitalist dystopia in the future. Very political, very woke. Like, scratch the surface, please. I think these guys have lost touch with what makes us human, okay? You're not supposed to just look at the marketing and be like, that's it. This is all woke and gay, and that's what my assessment is. You're supposed to play the game and enjoy it. Play the game and hate it if you hate it, too. Like, I mean, that can also happen, for sure. I do believe he pulled them out randomly from his shelf. It's more of a representation of what his social conditioning told him was cool and hardcore and brutal, so he has to play it to be seen as cool in front of his friends. But playing video games does not make you more masculine or more feminine, okay? It's just a thing that you do. Back in the day, our parents used to tell us, don't judge a book by its cover, and that's all this guy is doing. He is just judging the games by their cover, literally. I very much doubt this dude believes any of the shit he's saying. He's literally using every buzzword he can to capture the attention of an admin/ecstasy viewer. I know.
2024 Creatures of Ava. Let your empathy guide you as you play an exciting action-adventure creature saver game. Understand and tame the creatures of Ava and let them lead you through a variety of ecosystems, all in the hopes of saving the planet from a life-consuming infection. I also found out that the two main characters of this game are, of course, homosexual black women because, 2024.
This is what's crazy about this is like I didn't even know this game existed. I was clueless to the existence of this video game because I guess I'm a relatively healthy person. So for that reason, if something is not appealing to me, and not even on the basis of the video game main character being a black woman who is gay or whatever but if something is not appealing to me, like a cozy game like this, then I just don't even see it. I don't understand why these guys can't comprehend that there could be video games out there that are not for them. That's it. Like, it's just pure selfishness. You know what I mean? The assumption that this is like, who is this for? This is for nobody. It's like, no, I'm sure there's people that play this game. You know what I mean? That's why they made it. And I don't understand, even if they're making it for virtually no one, what is it to you? Why do you care? It doesn't make any sense.
Empathy guide you? Like, what the hell? I don't play video games to let my empathy guide me and, ooh, I want to be gay and collect creatures and, like, this game just sounds retarded. Let's be
like, this is getting mad at what's the name of the Animal Crossing. It's like getting upset that Animal Crossing exists.
So now let's compare this with a game from 20 years ago. 2005, Brothers in Arms Road to...
Oh, sick game. Great game, by the way.
Hill 30. The back of the box says this: they would sacrifice everything except each other. Like, damn, dude, just grabs you by the balls. Like, that is the back of a box. I'm like, okay, I'm interested now. That is a dope intro for a back of the box. It goes on: the night before D-Day, 1944, the paratroopers of the 101st Airborne Division are dropped into Normandy and scattered behind enemy lines. As Sergeant Matt Baker, lead your squad through 8 harrowing days that will define history and unite you forever as brothers in a...
Yeah, bro, if you want to get grabbed by the balls by a video game box copy, that's a little sus.
Arms. Like, bro, like the balls of these games description. I have to go play this game now. See, this is what's honestly missing from the 2024 homo trash. Like, nothing is good anymore. Nothing grabs us. This is why video games profits are down. And they completely quit catering to their base market of men. Next game, 2024 Dungeons of Hinterberg. Armed with a sword and a turret.
Yeah, bro plays gender-affirming video games. Like, that's crazy. Like, you're out of your mind, dog. Straight up a total weirdo. If you think that playing a World War II game is making you more of a man, as opposed to this, like, woke game is making you more of a woman or some shit.
Explore the beautiful alpine village of Hinterberg and uncover the magic hidden within its dungeons. Master magic, solve puzzles, slay monsters. All this and more awaits you in Hinterberg.
Isn't this just Zelda? Like, it's an indie version of Zelda. Like, is Zelda woke and gay too? Is that what's going on? Like, the previous game he was on was basically indie Pokemon. This game that he's on is basically indie Zelda. What is are these games also woke and gay? I assume they are, right?
Like, okay, I like swords, but based on the game's art style, I know within the first 5 minutes,
we for sure have a man who dresses in women's clothes in our team.
Meeting somebody's non-binary boyfriend. Like, nah, dude, I'm good. Now compare this with the 2013 masterpiece, Ride to Hell Retribution. Back of the box says this: 2 fists, 2 wheels, no rules. Now it's a little...
I don't understand. Why is he presenting a dog game that I don't even remember when it came out? I don't think I've ever played this game, but chatters are saying that this game was like unplayable and it sucks.
Cheesy, but I already know one thing. This game has balls. But it gets better. A lone rider, Jake Conway, locked in a battle to the death against a ruthless gang of bikers called the Devil's Hand. Okay, and you got a hot chick on the back. Like, dude, I'm in. I want to play this game now. These 2024 games will be 3 sentences long and still can't grab my attention. And then with like 1 word, this 2013 game completely has me by the balls. Like, guys, it kind of makes me sad that America actually used to export like cool stuff to the world, and now it's just homo woke garbage that America is exporting. Like, I know you dudes in Europe know what I'm talking about.
Dude, Dude, constantly complaining that video games don't just have hard dick dudes is infinitely gayer than taking your homie's dick and bouncing on it, okay? This is ridiculous. It's like, why aren't there any sexy men with their pectorals out, okay? Why aren't they all over the place dominating people, dominating women? Oh, I just want to think about their hard cocks. I want them to grab me by their balls. Why aren't there more hot jacked men in my video games? Bouncing on your dudes, bouncing on your bro's penis is infinitely less gay than whatever the this video is, okay?
Like, America used to export, you know, the Arnold Schwarzenegger movies, the Stallone movies, like all of the awesome stuff of the 80s and 90s. And look at like the homo trash garbage that America is exporting today. And it's such a shame. Next game, 2024 Flintlock Siege of Dawn. Step into the boot of Nor Van Anik, an elite member of the Coalition Army, joined by Inky, a mysterious fox-like companion, in their quest for vengeance against the gods. Guided by Inky, who shared...
They would have called Predator woke today. Yeah, Predator is woke. It quite literally is woke. Most art is woke. It's made by mostly queer people. That art is usually made by the woke queer people, okay? Like, yeah, of course Predator's woke. The only thing that I guess changes the dynamic for these guys is whether they enjoyed it, have some kind of nostalgia boner for it, and they just suspect that it's made by straight burly men and their masculine expressions.
Shares his knowledge of the world with you. Your combat skills and traversal abilities will be imbued with this magical powers, making you a duo to be reckoned with. Like, nah. Dude, it just sounds gay. It sounds queer. Why is every game like this now? It's always some magical nonsense that never sounds cool. It's like none of these developers beta tested any of these ideas with normal guys. I guarantee
these guys, yeah, these dudes, they would hate playing these video games, dude. This is the target demographic. Me, by the way, I'm one of these guys. This is me and the boys, okay?
Guarantee you get a bunch of straight dudes in a room and they would tell you this idea was terrible. Oh, but the cherry on...
It's so funny to post a photo of the USC football team. And again, I can't tell if this is parody or not. He's mocking the box text while showing the main character Hatchet murdering everyone. Yeah, it's just none of it makes sense. Am I insane, or is he saying magic is gay? He's all over the place, man. He is straight up all over the place. It doesn't make sense because guess what? This is not coming from a place of a coherent worldview. It's just an angry loser who knows that there are a ton of angry losers out there, which is why there's 1.3 million views on this video. You got a dude who is just an angry loser chirping and recognizing that as long as he says something is woke and gay, that a lot of other angry losers who also feel the same way will watch it and, you know, get him some sweet ad revenue. It could neither be sincere nor parody, but just good old capitalism incentivized fake outrage made for money without concern either way. I know. It is basic bottom of the barrel anger, okay? It's anger, frustration, masquerading as like some kind of coherent worldview where everything sucks because woke, everything sucks because gay. And unfortunately for many normal people, the more we experience the world through the lens of hyper niche online communities, the more this kind of attitude normalizes and it becomes a normal part of our lives. We get this reaffirmation from the consistent positive feedback we get from like-minded individuals with no normal human with a opinion that actually contradicts this capable of checking you. You just develop these massive echo chambers. And I think the more we find ourselves online without any sort of real world experience, without any sort of back and forth communication in the real world, the more this kind of stuff is going to blow up.
All right, jumping back to the 2000s, and I know this isn't fair to compare this game, but it just popped off my shelf. 2009.
Good thing they don't make Call of Duties anymore.
Modern Warfare 2. Back of the box says this. Modern Warfare 2 continues the gripping and heart-racing action as players face off against a new threat dedicated to bringing the world to the brink of collapse. Like, yes, dude, I want to know that new threat dedicated to bringing the world to the brink of collapse. Also, if you had played Call of Duty before this, you're kind of already invested, so it's a great tagline. 2024 game, Flock. Flock is a multiplayer co-op game about the joy of flight and collecting adorable flying creatures with your friends. Soar through beautiful landscapes, seeking out rare and elusive creatures to add to your flock. Like, dude, this shit is gay. Like, this is either designed for a 5-year-old.
Like, why is he not comparing, I don't know, like the current Call of Duty to the previous Call of Duty? Why are you comparing a Call of Duty to a totally random indie game that I have not seen at all up until this video?
For a 30-year-old gay man, or it's designed for a woman. But none of those people are buying Xboxes. Like, Phil, you're retarded and your company is going to go out of business if you keep this up. All right, jumping back to the 2000s, this is a good one. Dark Sector 2008. Become the ultimate weapon. The virus, the source of your pain. Your enemy, your power. Unleash the deadly power of the glaive and become the...
Does he think that games like this don't exist anymore? Like, what is happening? Like, just play Warframe, man.
Hero. Like, dude, that's the back of a box right there. Now I'm intrigued. Now I'm like, whoa, a virus? My power? What is the glaive? Like, what is
there is nothing more masculine and manly than sitting around and arguing over ad copy. Do you understand? Advertisement copywriting. This is the most hyper masculine thing you can do. Advertisement copywriting for video games. That is all this video is about. At its root, the only thing he's talking about is advertisement copywriting in video games. It's akin to looking at the failed initiatives in the early 2000s, where the bro macho advertisement initiatives that came out, like what was the Dr. Pepper, but for men only? Wasn't there like a manly Dr. Pepper or whatever it's just, he wants to go back to the Dr. Pepper 10 for dudes only. Like, he wants to go back to a society where they just have manly Dr. Pepper, none of this gay like Dr. Pepper cream and soda, 0 sugar. That's for women, which unironically was a massive failure. And that's precisely the reason why they stopped doing that, by the way.
I want to become the ultimate weapon. Like, in the 2000s, games were made by straight dudes. And in 2020, games are made by mostly gay men and women. Like, it's that simple. Men, actual straight men, we want power. We want cool weapons. We want, deadly powers and glaives and becoming the ultimate weapon. That sounds cool. But if you're a gay man or a woman or a child, none of which are people who actually play video games, then you want...
Yeah, dude, that's right. Child, a famous constituency that never plays video games. Also, here are all the video games I played as a child. Like, what are you saying, dude? The notion that like gay men and women don't play video games is so outdated. It is so stupid, but it's extra stupid when you add the demographic of children into this argument. So much of this devolves into, hey, maybe that's not for you, and that's okay. Have you ever considered that not everything is supposed to be catered to your immediate needs? It's that simple.
To collect adorable creatures. It really comes down to that. 2024, magical delicacy, and I've made fun of this game before. A wholesome pixel art platformer. Cook magical delicacies from a vast collection of ingredients in your own shop. Explore an unfamiliar town and deliver tasty treats to the townsfolk. Like,
I think maybe this is like a way for these ridiculous nerds to also feel more powerful. It's like making fun of children and like making fun of women, making fun of like indie developers, to be like, I'm so masculine. It's like a way to make up for what you're lacking in your real life. It's like a bully, like a playground bully. You know what I mean? Like, what a strange thing to do. Like, there are video games that are specifically designed and marketed to women, right? Young girls, as a matter of fact. It's like getting mad that Dress to Impress exists, okay? It's like, why are they making Roblox Dress to Impress? How dare you? How dare you make such a game? It should not be Dress to Impress. It should be Roblox Genocide Simulator for manly men. Make everything for me. Why was this made? It's not for me. I hate this. Stardew Valley, that's woken gay. Animal Crossing, no more. Like, how developmentally stunted do you have to be to just not recognize that this is just not for you and you should just leave it alone?
No, dude. What the fuck? Yeah, no straight guy has ever thought, I want to deliver taste.
Also, straight up, I'm sorry. I know, you know, the wokes in my community are going to get mad at me for saying this, but there is 0% chance that this dude is not consistently jerking off to the gayest of porns, okay? Like, dude, I'm sorry. No one is this hyper specifically anti-gay and constantly trying to talk about how not gay they are, unless, you know, there's a little bit of that thought, and it's not even a little bit of that thought, by the way. There's a lot of that thought in there. Like, this is not a Ben Shapiro or a Matt Walsh style situation where they're like straight and also homophobic. This is a Steven Crowder style situation where their homophobia is guided. Their anger and resentment, I think, is certainly guided by the anger that they feel that they cannot express themselves openly. They can express their sexuality openly.
He treats to the townsfolk. That is something women would do, but that is not something a straight guy would be like, ooh, I want to deliver tasty treats. Jumping back to a classic from the 2000s, Deus Ex Human Revolution.
Very woke and very gay, by the way. Yeah, this is a Benny Johnson style situation.
2011. The big text says, the truth will change you. Like, damn, son, what truth? I have to know. What is being hidden from me?
Bro, you can't be serious. This is so hyper invested in advertisement copy. I'm losing my mind.
It goes on.
Damn, son, this marketing initiative is so sick.
Critically injured after a deadly attack, Adam Jensen undergoes a life-saving operation, augmenting him with powerful cybernetics. Caught in the middle of a vast conspiracy, Adam's choices will affect both himself and all of humanity as he seeks answers across the globe. Like, dude, I am rock hard right now. Like, I want to play this game. I don't want to play
I'm rock hard crawling up this dude's. Dude, yeah, you are. Oh, yeah, you are. We know you are, brother. We know. Oh, my God. No. This is why this could be satire. This could be brilliant satire, okay? I'm still not sure if this guy is just like doing a super five-head play here to just farm delusional gamers with rage bait while also making a mockery of them. I can't in good conscience assume that this is a real person that exists in the real world, even though you guys said that he also debated his thoughts with Ackman. Like, I can't believe that this is how stupid a person can get. Like, any person, not even a person with like, I'm not even saying like, oh, you can't be like a YouTuber with this level of idiocy, okay? Just generally.
Anything about collecting adorable creatures or delivering gay treats to people's houses, I want to play whatever Human Revolution is about. And it's funny because like, I can't put my finger on exactly what made 2000s games so good, but it has something to do with men. Dude, we're dudes and we want
Dog, come on. No. He's not saying Kojimbo is not woke and gay.
Wait, games about dudes. And we want games about male transformation and identity and a man who is going through something, who is actually a man. I can't really describe what made the 2000s games so good, other than that they're focused exclusively on the male.
Virtually every single game that he mentioned has a modern version, was also woke and gay back then, and is still woke and gay in their modern versions. I can't, he's trolling, right? He's talking about, it's not satire because he's not doing it for any purpose other than making money. He's not sincere, but he's pandering. You think that's the reason? I don't know if this is sincere. It just has so much, it has so many markers. Like, we want dudes transforming. Like, you're already my favorite YouTuber. Keep speaking the truth, brother. Call of Duty in 2009, no Russian. Call of Duty in 2024, no gender. Bro has no filter. It is straight to the point. 25,000 likes. Bro didn't sugarcoat it. He just started blasting. Like, no, dude, that's gay. Needs to be on a t-shirt. Bro, time travel from 2004 to talk an entire industry like a COD lobby.
Well, psyche. Because it was men playing the games. It's always been men playing the games. So as long as Sony and Xbox don't realize this obvious fact and keep designing games for 14-year-old girls, for women, and for gay men, I truly think Xbox is going to go out of business and Sony will go out of business if they don't figure out who their audience is quickly. 2024 game.
Yeah, the gaming industry is going to go out of business, dude. Oh my God. First of all, don't you want them to go out of business? You resent gaming. Like, it seems like you want them to go out of business. Don't you want it to perish? Don't you want it to fall apart so that they can go back to the drawing board and make games only for you, I guess? Except that hasn't happened. Unfortunately, they've become more and more profitable year over year. And it's not because they're doing woke engagement, by the way, even though that probably plays a certain role because then you can expand to different markets. But the real reason why it's more lucrative is because they're doing all this awful, like recycling the same old IP, nostalgia baiting, mass layoffs immediately after year over year record profits, live service gaming, DLCs, incomplete and unfinished games on release, no real testing done, beta testing in real time with actual paying consumers, microtransactions, loot boxes. These are all the real reasons why gaming has become unimaginably lucrative year over year, and also partially more dog shit. Having said that, however, there are still incredible games that come out, luckily, okay? It's just there's more games out there, okay? There's more of them, and some of them are not immediately catered to your specific needs and demands. Yeah, remember when they were complaining that Space Marine 2 was woke? Contains overtly pro-DEI messaging. The Ultramarine scene in game are improbably diverse. Features frontline female combatants, including an improbable female authority figure. Absolutely insane stuff overall. This entire video reads like Mac from Always Sunny when he was closeted still and talking about dominating other dudes and ass blasting. Yeah, it does have heavy Mac vibes.
Chia. A tropical open world adventure. Take control of any animal or...
This is the other thing that I don't understand. Dude, you're a video game commentary guy. Why are you doing nerd voice? That's you. Like, you're doing nerd voice while dunking on a video game designed specifically for children. Like, that's just you. You're the... actually, this video game does not specifically cater to my needs and expectations. It's made for children. Why is it made for children? That's not nerd voice. It is gay lisp. Oh, this is gay voice? Just sounds like his normal voice to me. I don't know.
Object you can find and jam on your fully playable ukulele. Like, no, dude, this just sounds like some cozy garbage trash game. Like, if I wanted to, if I wanted to chill out and do nothing, I would just go do.
Dude, if you are over the age of 30 and you're pressed by video games specifically designed for children, you should honestly stop. Just stop. You know what I mean when I say this, okay? Just stop existing, okay? Just reset, go back to the drawing board, figure out a new thing, okay? Because this is, I can't say what I truly think here. You are pathetic. You have eradicated a part of your soul that makes you a human being, okay? You are a waste of space, a waste of resources. Holy shit. Incredible to put yourself out there as this much of a pathetic little worm. Oh my God. And I know, I'm sure he'll say this. I'm sure he'll see this and be like, oh, I've triggered the wokes or whatever. I'm not. I'm not woke, okay? I think you're just a loser, dog. There's no other way to talk about this other than a 30-plus-year-old man crying about video games designed for children.
Something besides play a video game. But when I play a video game, I want to have like an intense...
That is experience. If this is sincere. If this is like, you know, some excellent satire, I don't know. But holy the reception seems, you know, regardless of whether there was satirical purpose here, I suspect that the reception is very sincere. People love this
experience. I don't want to have some cozy...
Asmon loves this guy. Jesus Christ, dude.
Trash experience. So my only thinking with this is that Xbox seems to think that their target is gay men, 5-year-olds, and women. But the super obvious fact, as I've said it again and again, is that their audience...
Yeah, your audience is actually a 37-year-old divorced dad. Why don't you understand? It's me. I'm your audience. It's only me. There's so many games out there for this loser to play, dude. What the... Yeah, it's a child's game. What's wrong with you? It's like dunking on Minecraft, dude. It's dunking on Roblox.
Audience is full of 30-year-old dudes. So like at this point, I just think Xbox is probably going to go back.
Wait, no. Oh, he is literally saying like the audience of gamers is just 30-year-old men.
But the super obvious fact, as I've said it again and again, is that their audience is full of 30-year-old dudes. So like at this point, I just think Xbox is probably going to go bankrupt because they keep putting stuff like this out. All right, and let's look at the final game here that I found from the 2000s. And it is called The Chronicles of Riddick: Assault on Dark Athena.
I hate that he's bringing up Riddick. It's such a... I love Riddick. I love Riddick, dude. Asmongold reacted to his channel. It got 2.4 million views.
Who killed masculinity in video games? I'll tell you who killed it. Blizzard.
I already know this box is about to go hard. At the top, it says in big letters, there is power in darkness. See, like men, we want power. We're all about powers and domination and conquering. Understand your audience, guys. Below that, it says a dark, intense shooter set in an epic sci-fi world. Like, this is all things we want. We want darkness, we want intensity, we want shooting, and we want sci-fi.
Yeah, someone in the chat also said this, but like, if I woke up tomorrow and I was this guy, I would end it. I would end it all.
Riddick
up.
brings the darkness
like,
with stealth,
in a video game, of course.
Brutal
but
melee
goddamn.
combat. And then for the first time, play as Riddick in multiplayer on System Link or online. Below that, it says, be Riddick, the most ruthless criminal in the universe. In his latest chronicle, Riddick has been captured by the Dark Athena, a mercenary ship hell-bent on eliminating him once and for all. Using his intense hand-to-hand combat skills, explosive firepower, and lethal stealth, Riddick must shut down the maniacal Captain Ravos and her deadly crew when Riddick steps into the darkness. No one is safe. Like, dude.
And this one's good because the woman is evil. The woman is a villain.
Don't you want to play that game? Darkness, power, prison. These describe the kind of games that guys, that straight men want to play. And it's sad to see the video game industry completely bottoming out and completely dying right now because they're chasing audiences that don't exist. Gay men don't play your games. Kids don't play Xboxes. Women,
gay people do play a lot of video. I like that he corrected.
Gay men don't.
Gay people do play a lot of video games, but they're 3% of the population. I'm glad that he checked himself. One of the commenters.
We've taken the lead. Stay on
Oh,
task.
Jesus Christ, dude. I love this shit.
Work quickly,
This is
please.
good.
No witnesses.
Kids don't play Xboxes. Women don't play Xboxes. Phil Spencer and PlayStation and all these companies need to wake up and freaking realize that straight dudes are playing these games and they need to be making games for us. So developers, if you are listening, give us manly games. Give us power. Give us darkness. Give us violence. Give us brawny buff dudes who beat the crap out of people with our sick powers. And if y'all do this, if y'all quit being pussies, if y'all quit pussifying the game industry and actually give us manly games, we will buy games.
Like, how the f do we go from this guy, okay, this guy, being a figure that everyone universally dunks on, to this guy presenting himself as a beacon of masculinity and all things that represent men, with a legion of different variants of this guy running around and actively being like, no, you don't understand, you simpleton. Immediately, you must bazingify all of the video games to my liking. Like, how the f did this happen? What is going on? Oh my God, the internet was a mistake, dude. Oh my God, Vivek was wrong. We venerated these losers too much. We gotta start bullying gamers again, dude. They like it. That way they can like gatekeep certain aspects of their culture. You know what I mean? We gotta start pantsing these losers, okay? I'm serious. I don't get it. I don't understand. Why is this something that people are voluntarily revealing about themselves? This should be like, this kind of sentiment should be accompanied with deep shame. Administration did not go hard as hell on the lab leak shit. You are delusional, okay? I don't know why the JD Vance is even saying this. Maybe Republicans actually live in this alternative plane of existence where they where they think like the Biden administration didn't do this. It's not correct.
And in the interest of comedy, my friends, but also in the interest of truth, I will admit that sometimes the loudest voices for censorship have come not from within Europe, but from within my own country, where the prior administration threatened and bullied social media companies to censor so-called misinformation. Misinformation like, for example, the idea that coronavirus had likely leaked from a laboratory in China, our own government.
Why would they ever censor? That's shit. Nobody ever censored that. Yeah, dude. The State Department censored its own commentary surrounding the lab leak theory. Shut the f up. Who believes this? You have to be a real
encouraged private companies to silence people who dared to utter what turned out to be an obvious truth. So I come here today not just with an observation, but with an offer. Just as the Biden administration seemed desperate to silence people for speaking their minds, so the Trump administration...
Here, let's look at it. I Googled lab leak corona. CIA now favors lab leak theory to explain COVID's origins. This is from January 25th, 2025. Now, you might be thinking, oh, this is new. Except it's not, because the CIA under the Trump administration also said it. And the CIA under the Brandon administration also said the same thing. It's not a new thing at all, okay? The idea that, like, there was any point in time... Unfortunately, there's new information now. So then find a 2020 article. Oh, how do you set markers for the search? I remember covering at the time. There was a Reuters article, if I'm not mistaken. Also, Donald Trump himself also talked about it being a lab leak. Is it the 3 dots? Is that how you do it? How do you do it? Tools? Oh, anytime. Okay, custom range from 2020 to 2020. Will that work? Wuhan scientists will welcome visit probing lab leak theory. Okay. Inside the Wuhan lab at the center of the coronavirus storm was the new coronavirus accidentally released from a lab leak. The Washington Post says doubtful. Here, but the question also, Five Eyes Network contradicts theory COVID-19 leaked from a lab. Coronavirus leaked from a lab, blame capitalism, not China. Coronavirus, is there evidence for a lab leak theory? The initial article, I think, literally came from Reuters. Yeah, COVID-19 lab leak theory cannot be ruled out, leading scientists say. When Joe Biden came into office, they unironically kept saying that the COVID-19 pandemic started in a lab, okay? And that they continued that. Former CDC Chief Redfield says he thinks COVID-19 originated in a Chinese lab. Biden ordered the review in 2021. The idea that like there was censorship over this is moronic, and it's also incredibly like. But they 100% downplayed this at the time. You can't deny that. If anything, it was actually initially suggested by the State Department under the Trump administration, and it literally was not talked about as much. Because the scientific consensus at the time, which by the way still hasn't changed, ironically, was that it was most likely a zoonotic spread and that it would take a long ass time to figure out the actual culprit, but investigations would continue. Ironically enough, under the Biden administration, they were significantly more aggressive with the lab leak theory. Significantly more aggressive, because they saw it partially as a way to attack the Trump administration, the administration prior. There was censorship, whatever, bro. What? They did? I got racist for calling it the Taiwanese virus? So what if the CIA said it, the blessed timeline bifurcation, there was censorship, whatever, bro? What are you saying, dude? Yeah. If you think that the Biden administration did not go hard as hell on the lab leak shit, you are delusional, okay? I don't know why the JD Vance is even saying this. Maybe Republicans actually live in this alternative plane of existence where they where they think like the Biden administration didn't do this. It's not correct. They did. They actively pushed that there was a lab leak. They actively pushed for it, and they, I think, pushed for it for a couple different reasons. One, it gave them the opportunity to shit on the Trump administration a little bit. It also, two, gave them the opportunity to be more xenophobic, obviously, to make it seem as though like China is either A, in the most charitable terms, incompetent in dealing with these like dealing with these diseases, or B, deliberately released it. Loving that you shit on the German left, which comprises 7% of politics, whereas the left in the U.S. says the German chatter, not recognizing that I actively shit on not the German left, German liberals and German. What the hell's wrong with you? When have I ever shit on the German left? Unless you're talking about like anti-Deutsche or some shit. Those freaks. What is this? COVID-19 origin? Leave setting to 2020. I'm confused. You know how to Google stuff, right? I mean, cool. I don't have a stake in this game. Just if you're going to search something, don't bias your results off rip. Wait, what? No, they said there was active suppression. Why would Google search results actually give me... If Google search results across the board show me that there was a lab leak stories in 2020, then that means that there is no active state suppression in the way that JD Vance suggested. There's certainly no active state suppression in the Brandon administration, especially. That's not how Google works, dumbass. If they actually censored it, there wouldn't be any articles at all. Google search results across the board are simply going to show you things that it thinks you are interested in. What? He was talking about social media posts from normal people. Yeah, that's okay. That's shit. I'm not saying no censorship or no policies were implemented or advocated for by the government. But if you think that the COVID lab leak theory was censored, you're wrong. That's it. You're wrong. That's what JD Vance's point was, and I disagree with that. If you're talking about how like vaccines made, I don't know, vaccines actually gave you permanent orgasms or something, and the government was like, this is incorrect, this is misinformation, and it's actually going to decrease vaccination rates. Please actively combat this kind of misinformation. That's a totally separate subject matter. But if you're talking about the fucking lab leak theory, the Biden administration actively pushed for it.
We'll do precisely the opposite, and I hope that we can work together on that.
And so did Ryan Grimm, for example. There are leftists out there who are also firm and committed believers of the lab leak theory as well. I wouldn't rule it out, but I'm not going to automatically assume that that is the case because they were doing gain of function research or whatever the fuck, okay? I think one of my superpowers is that I'm a dumbass, but I at least know I'm a dumbass, okay? There are things that I know, and there are areas where I have gaps in knowledge.
We're winning. Keep it that way.
I'm not a researcher of pandemics, okay? I'm not a researcher of epidemics. I'm not an epidemiologist at all. I have no real way of investigating whether or not COVID was a fucking zoonotic spread disease or an actual gain of function research in a laboratory that actually escaped the lab, escaped containment. I simply rely on the consensus of the academics that know better than me. And the same goes for vaccines. I'm not a fucking nerd. I don't know the science behind the vaccines. So, of course, I have a degree of trust and confidence in the people that have dedicated their lives to this scientific research. That's it. Now, across the board, that confidence does not extend to all aspects of Western media or all aspects of academia in all issues. There are areas where I am fairly knowledgeable. Okay. I also understand the limitations that epidemiologists have and the delicate balance of protection versus not causing panic that they have to implement in their communication strategies. So obviously sometimes they go a little heavy-handed. So I'm understanding of their mistakes, like when they say masks are actually not good or whatever the fuck. I'm not immediately going to cast aside all matter of epidemiology or epidemiology is a hoax science anyways. They don't know shit. See, this is what I mean. You're a fucking baboon, dude. Literally. Like, actually not even a baboon, because I feel like even a fucking baboon would be like, oh, there's disease, I think, here. I should move away. That's what a baboon would do. You, on the other hand, are rushing towards the fucking disease. Shut the fuck up. Epidemiologists are stupid. They don't know anything. What do you know? You're a fucking Twitch commenter, dude. What are you talking about? What happened? What happened to the fucking universe, dude? How? All technological advancements, fucking academia, the field of research, scientific discovery, cast it aside. Throw it away. Look alive, gentlemen. There's an American here. It blows my fucking mind, dude. People just straight up, they go, oh, thousands of years of research. Excuse me. Thousands of years of research. Ain't never seen a guy like me before. Like, that's what's so frustrating about fucking American dumbasses, especially. Dumbasses of this degree exist everywhere, but goddamn do they exist in America, where it's American exceptionalism and American individualism that has created this fucking discourse poison where every goddamn arrogant moron comes in and says, all of the fucking experts are stupid. Me, on the other hand, I know everything. You're not even literate. Shut the fuck up. Americans unironically think they know better than, like, people who have poured their entire lives into this shit. That isn't to say that there aren't indecent pressures and indecent incentive structures that play a role in muddying the waters, or think tanks coming up with corporate-backed studies to undermine public confidence in certain things. Like, there are other incentives and other pressures involved, and you should be critical of this, okay? But goddamn, like, especially when it comes to the public sector, it blows my fucking mind that people are so ready to just be like, well, my doctor told me this thing, but he's a fucking idiot. I know better. Like, how did you arrive at this? How do you exist? How do you live in modernity? Okay? How do you live in a modern life